Last month, I almost choked to death on a peanut butter cracker alone in my apartment. Now I'm able to make you stop and think about things. One of which is maybe I shouldn't be living by myself anymore. If only so there'll be somebody there to scream when they find my corpse. That's all anybody can hope for in life, isn't it? Never heard wedding vows mention corpse discovery as a motivating factor behind their betrothal, but I have to think it's one of those unspoken perks of marriage, like split utility bills or the option of throwing your spouse in front of a burglar. Here's my dilemma. I don't want to die alone, but I also don't want to live with anyone else, which I've been told is kind of part of marriage. For a while, I started thinking about subscribing to Life Alert. Their slogan used to be, "Help, I've fallen, I can't get up," and now it's changed to, "Thanks to Life Alert, now you can live alone without ever really being alone." You didn't call them, did you? Sure did, Mom. I called them. I got drunk one night and ordered a pamphlet. And now the Life Alert sales department calls me every 10 minutes, which kind of negates the need for the actual device. Here's the ironic thing, is I don't want to live with somebody else because I'm afraid somebody will see what I do when I'm alone. Case in point, I walked into my apartment the other day and the blinds were open in my living room, and I distinctly remember closing them before I left for work, which means that somebody had been coming into my apartment and enjoying natural light. And rather than call the police, I actually found myself tidying up before I left in the morning, concerned that the intruder would be offended by dirty dishes and uncoiffed throw pillows. And what's worse, he hasn't even stolen anything yet. So now I'm walking around and kind of like picking up things and being like, do I need better stuff? This is nice, why wouldn't he take this? So I wrote him a note. I said, "Are you in my apartment right now? Check yes or no. P.S. Sorry for the clutter." Now, the reason I consider people breaking into my apartment so much is that it happened constantly when I was living in New York. I was 23, living in some shithole apartment in the Upper East Side with 3 roommates and 700 square feet. Coffins had more headroom in this place. The first time the intruder broke in, I swear to God, I was alone, I was in my bedroom, it was during a thunderstorm, and I heard the back window open by the fire escape, and footsteps come down the hall. So I closed the bedroom door and kind of leaned into it, and I heard the footsteps stop right outside. I didn't know what to do, so I whispered, I'm like, "Please go away. I'm pregnant." And amazingly, he did. He walked down the hall, and he closed what I thought was the front door. So I ran out, and I locked the front door, and then to my side, I saw the bathroom door open. And this old man walked out. He was withered, and he had white hair and this pockmarked face. And after I was done urinating my pants, I realized it was my super. And he's drying his hair with my bath towel, and he looks at me, and he's like, "Started raining outside. The hell else was I supposed to do? You don't look pregnant." And the super didn't let out all of us crazy until we gave our notice that we were leaving. And in that building, you needed 6 weeks' notice, so we gave 7 months. And he took that as a sign of surrender and a sign that he could also show the apartment whenever he wanted to. So one time I was in the shower and I heard something outside and I opened the bathroom door and there were 4 Asian girls standing there giggling and my super standing next to him. He goes, "Put some fucking clothes on." One day he waves his hand and says, "Yeah, we'll see the rest of the place later once that pervert gets dressed." And you think that hiding in your bedroom would work? It didn't. It enraged him so much he would bang on the door because you interrupted the tour and I would open and introduce myself to the Eastern European man and his girlfriend, and smile and say, "This is my room. Sorry, it's so dirty," and the flashbulbs would go off. A few days before I left, I found a Post-it note in my mailbox. We actually didn't have mailboxes, we had these baskets nailed to the wall with our apartment number over them. And we knew the super read our mail. Like, we always would find letters either opened or missing. A few other people got Post-its in their mail baskets that said, like, "Pay your bills, asshole," or "You don't live here no more." A few years after that, I could afford my own place. And it was around that time that I got an email from a buddy of mine who I stayed friendly with in the building. And he let me know that the super had passed away. He had apparently lived by himself in the basement. He didn't answer his phone regularly, and it took them a few days before they found him. My friend said he asked if I wanted to go to a memorial service for the super. It was being held outside the building. I said, of course I would. A lot of us went. See, we had gotten some Post-its that were harsh. We all remembered that when the recession started, the Post-its changed. They started saying things like, "Hang in there. It'll get better. Don't give up." My Post-it, all it said was, "Good luck." I still have it. It at the memorial outside the building manager had his own basket, and he started calling out names of residents. They had found a pile of mail in the super's basement. It turned out he actually had lived in the building with his wife for 30 years. And when she died, he couldn't bring himself to leave their home. So he took a job as a super, and he took an apartment in the basement. They found the pile next to a chair in the corner, opened. I guess he just got lonely. Whenever I think of my dilemma, I think of him. Someone who lived alone, but who every so often, whether invited or not, would delve into the lives of others, living alone, without ever really being alone. Thanks.
That's right.